point of what most of us are doing with trading, right? It's kind of to, and let me just kind of go back here. So the whole idea is to make enough money to not have to be a slave to the system, right? Kind of break out of the matrix, so to say. And she felt guilty for not having to work on a Wednesday because most people are working on a Wednesday, and she's made the money in a week that what most people don't make in a month, right? So um, that kind of like brings me in. And it's like I'm trading every day, some days 8, 9,000, and it's greed, right? And it's not only greed, but also it burnt me out to the point where I started making huge mistakes, and that's something that I haven't really talked about. Because you do get a couple of things happens. You get a little paralysis coming from seeing so many charts going back and forth, right? I mean, it's to the point where if I'm going to go drop a load in the toilet, right? I'm on the phone, I'm like looking at the charts, or I'm watching other strategies, right? And that's a side note that I'll get to in just a moment. But your brain just sees like candles like all day long. You start dreaming this, and then when it comes down to making trades, you're making really stupid mistakes that you normally wouldn't make. For example, I made several trades at $2,000 that I thought was $200, and it was absolutely horrible. Completely tanked me, right? So that's where you need to understand. Okay, I have a set of rules that I need to abide by, right? And if you have a strategy, what I was trying to get to just a few moments ago was if you have a strategy that works for you, stay to the strategy, right? If you notice it's not working, or you're starting to lose, 60% of the time, maybe it's time to look at a different strategy. You do that, but don't fix what isn't broken, right? And so I got caught in that one as well, and that's a huge no-no. So getting burned out, making these little stupid mistakes, right? Changing up strategies. I mean, it's a huge no-no. It's honestly an amateur move. But the thing is, you start getting excited, and that's kind of controlling the emotion side of it. It's not just about getting angry or getting upset, but also getting happy, right? Overly excited. You start getting cocky. You start making mistakes there, right? You stop caring, right? And that's where it's going to get you. That's where the market's going to swallow up. As a matter of fact, I was watching an interview. I can't remember his name. He was talking about institutionalized trading, right? And so he said he was asked this question was, what is the biggest mistake that traders do? And his thing was paying attention to themselves and not the market. And he went on to kind of like really highlight exactly what that meant. And that was specifically talking about worrying about your profits, how much money you're going to make, how much money you don't want to lose, that kind of thing. And in the end, you stop to focus on what the market's actually doing. Chasing the market too is another thing. Was the second thing he talked about. Now, what does that really mean? Like chasing the market? It's like chasing the trend or chasing um, that high or that low, or however you're doing. But to let the market come to you and be patient, right? 1 minute trading can suck you in like so quickly, and then we were doing that. So we're gonna kind of shift everything that we're doing on the channel and my trading too. We're gonna shift it through. And that's what's cool. Look, I've seen guys. They're like they're showing Trading View, for example. That's not what I wanted to pull up. But they're showing Trading View, and what they're doing is like they're doing it with their phone. They're like, oh, okay. They're like zooming in. You can see that it's Trading View, but it shows like 24,000 in the plus. But what they're not showing you is like they're a balance, like how much they win, how much they lose. They're not showing that. They're just showing, oh, hey, I made $25,000 at 11 o'clock in the morning. That's easy to do on a demo account, right? It's not your money. But when you have real money, it's a totally different ball game. It's a totally different sphere of emotional hell, right? So that's a big thing to play in, to plug in into like your whole like career as a trader, right? So we say day traders. Not everybody's a day trader. You don't day trade. It's more like weekly trading or monthly trading based on what you're doing. But um, you have to look at it a little bit in a more broad spectrum. You just can't like focus like on one thing, right? So keeping that in mind, like we're gonna shift everything else, and you're gonna watch me make stupid mistakes. You're gonna watch me make good decisions, right? Like bad decisions. You're gonna see all of it. Like that's the whole point of this channel is to um, show you really what it's like and maybe give you some good advice that's going to help and not just like sell you this like bullshit pipe dream that's coming through and that's really what a lot of it is, you know. You're like, for example, right, you got like Andrew Tate. He's got like millions of dollars in cars and he's showing this and he's talking, oh, bitcoin's doing 25K. Dude sucks at trading, like absolutely sucks, right? But he's showing that he's like successful, right? He doesn't talk about where he's really making his money. He's talking about like trading and selling and starting a new crypto project and that and this. Look, I like Andrew Tate, I'm just saying, right? But there's a lot of people that we watch and we follow and we kind of we get in sucked into it and we kind of lose ourselves into it, right? So this is where this channel is, and if I can give you a piece of information, or if I can make a $20,000 mistake, a $50,000 mistake, and it teaches you something, then it's worth it, really. And that's the whole point. And right, and you'll see me too make a couple of $100 mistakes here or $1,000 mistakes just to kind of catch what the market's doing. Just little small risks that kind of highlights what it's doing. Now, pocket options is a totally different ball game than what um, your other trading platforms like Forex and everything else is. It's totally different, right? So if I go long on a trade and it dips down like so much, I can kind of hold on to it for a little bit, right? So I can kind of have that hope. It's not a good practice, but I can do it, right? So if I buy into the token, going short's quite different, but you get my point, right? I have a little bit of leeway. So just to kind of share that with you a little bit, but don't be shy. Ask anything, and I will do it. Okay, so all right. So with that being said, let's go into our trading for now. It's not going to be a long live stream, to be honest. I'm tired. It's been a long week. It's been a stressful week, and I'm ready to kick this Friday off. Right. So uh, let's do it. And where's my vape? What? Honestly, I tried to quit smoking cigarettes. I went to the vape, but when you're sitting at the desk in front of monitors and the camera, of course, you're going to want a little smoke. All right. Shifting everything around. We're going to try to do this. Not very much my thing, but we're going to try to do it. Let's go to the 15-minute time frame. Here we go. All right. So a little bit of a different strategy. 15-minute time frame to see where we are, what our bias is. 1 hour time frame range. 4 hour time frame range. Yeah. All right. So we're in a range. That sucks. But Bitcoin is at 92% return. Okay. Holy shit. Let's do it. Okay. We're going to be doing a little bit of a range setting. What that means, I could drag that down. So we're going to, these support and resistance levels, those are kind of like our, and in between those is our range set, right? Uh, we're going to kind of like follow that free space, avoiding all the other bullshit and all the shit around, not stepping in that. Meaning, like, right here, for example, you see like right here. I need like a marker. I need to like show you something, but um, all right. For example, closes down here. Let's just say this candle right here closed. We got a clear confirmation that it's going to continue downward. Um, and then we have like this right here, right? So you can see that it stopped based on that. We could have rode that all the way down, and possibly right here. Honestly, it just powered through it. But from right here, we can count the pips, right? So what that really was, uh, diving down. So kind of catching that, and then at the same time making sure that our time is going to kind of go along with it. So we want to see that rejections kind of come in. So we're going to be a little bit more picky. Yeah, and this was really it right here. on the body and not the wick. So this is where we're going to be very specific to the wicks. So, like I was telling you earlier, it's a waiting game, right? So we're going to let the trades come to us. So we're not going to chase it. We're going to let them come to us. And over and all, like when we're like looking at the 5 minute time frame, like what do you really see? Like we had an accumulation coming up, which honestly a liquidity sweep. But we have it pushing up right here. And what I'm thinking is going to continue south. And when it does that, we want to write it down, right? Uh, yeah. So we're going to wait. But meanwhile, we're going to go look at some other currencies like the euro and US dollar. This is the euro US dollar. Oh, God. My head. See what I mean? Bit of a range too. On the 5 minute, let's jump to the 15 minute and plant everything out, which we kind of already did earlier. Be a little bit more picky with our lines. Kind of moving that. Man, it's going to reject hard from here. And let me put another one. Another horizontal line. About right. Yeah, that's where we're coming from. So we want to catch the upside of this, honestly. But let's see. I think rejection of lower price. We need to drop down now to the 5 minute time frame. And because we're in the downtrend, get that out of my way. This is the short-term trend. We're gonna wait for this one, and this is gonna tell us to, and we're gonna like take it a little bit easier, I think, because it's kind of slow in volume. We're gonna do it in about 1 minute and 30, but we're just gonna do. You've seen me do this before. Just I didn't go so much in detail. We're gonna wait for this to confirm, because maybe we could ride this down. And let's look at it on the 1 minute time frame. That's kind of like where we want to catch it. Yeah, you see we could have rode that already. That's where we're going to enter our positions. And then back to the 5. There's too much noise in the lower time frames. And let's do it with $100 just to kind of check it out. Now we're going to, of course, obviously wait for it to come up. Man, you see if it will close below this, we got a huge range coming over. So we're going to wait it out. Patience, right? We don't want to get caught in a trap. And I bet if I go back to the 5 minute, it will start going up as well. Yeah, see? That's why we're waiting. See how it's like on that line? We want this to be quite different. Back to the 5. All right, we're gonna go here. Still kind of moving the same way. So we have a break of structure, right? This is the fair market value. It's gonna go down, and we're waiting for it to come about right here, break below that, and then we're gonna start going down more. Because it's gonna return to this low, like right here. It will return to this. That 5 minute looks like it's gonna close below that support. And the 1 minute here, and we gotta close below it. So I'm gonna go ahead and enter that. And honestly, this candle should have closed to ride that down, but $100, I just want to kind of show you what I mean. We really want it to close. Yeah. That's that risky behavior that I'm talking about. Right. And then with that 5 minute time frame, now you're seeing it in action here. Right. And we'll probably put another one too. This is where we're going to use a lower time frame on this candle. Yeah, right here. Now we got a positive close. And for 2 minutes and 30 seconds, we'll do 5. Ah, and probably 1 minute here too. And I'm just waiting for it to go up just a little bit so I can enter. There's that $100. Do you see how that worked? And now we have that range, nothing stopping it, right? So there we go. We should have left it there. Doubling up's not such a good idea, but I just believe we're going to kind of come down and bounce off of this. Yeah. Now while that's playing out, let's take a look. Now we have some action coming in right here. We know what the 5 minutes, what we're aiming for in the 5 minute, right? We want that candle to close down. 4 minutes left there, but we can kind of catch two candles on the 1 minute that closes, right? And we're still positive here. You see what I mean? Like how easy that was? There's nothing really stopping it from that time frame. We have a lot of like right here, it would be a support, right? Um, there we go. We're diving down. This would be a support here, but on the lower time frame, it means nothing when we have everything based off the 5 minute because it's just a lot of noise. It's a lot of volume. See, if we let that trade come to us, I wasn't chasing it. Now, are we gonna make a lot, like so much money like we did before? No, probably not. But now our bias was down, right? So that's our trend. That's why we went with the trend. And it could spike up and it could take out. That was bad. That was bad. But just to kind of show you, I think it's going to. Yep, there we go. And we made our money. Do you see? Let's jump over here. Oh, oh man, we missed it. Okay, we missed it. Shit. Okay. Go back to Bitcoin, we're still in that range. Comes up and it rejects, and then we have a confirmation. We could ride this range down one more time. I need to see this in the 1 minute. Yep. And here's another important part. Do you see this candle right here? Yeah, that's kind of like a big ordeal. So when you see that, that means there's no like market manipulation going on. And it's literally going to do the opposite, right? So you're thinking it's going to grow, but usually there's always some market manipulation coming in. You want to see at least a little bit of a wick on both sides, like this. It showed the same, it showed the same, it showed the same. Even here, but you can kind of tell from all of the other wicks, right? What? Right here. Do you see how we got that? There's another one. And where are we at here on the euro dollar? Also the same thing. Hi, Kim. 38 seconds is about right on this time frame for 5 minutes for what it's working on. There we go. You see, we didn't have not one losing trade. We let it come to us. So, and that's how we did it, right? And you can see a lot more consistent, a little bit easier to do, and we made money. We didn't make a whole lot, but just kind of playing around with it. So using that range in between, with between the 1 minute, and then you kind of set everything up with the 15 minute time frame, and just kind of like dialing in. Your entries are going to be the or the 1 minute for this for here. 5 minute is kind of telling you what you're going to do a little bit above, right? So as you start to see, or you're trading the five, but your entries are going to be on the one, and your overall bias is going to be on the 15. Right, so this is going to help you kind of get in. But we went along with the long-term deal. Even here, if we go to the 15, it's going to be in a downward trend, right? So you can kind of see it. So we went along with the overall bias of what the market was doing. We didn't fight it, right? So even if it bounced up off of this, I'm not going to ride that. I'm not going to swing that out. It's just too risky to do. But if we had some accumulation, like, and then we have a new higher high, or we have a new high now based off that break of structure, then we can change up and start going long. But because that overall trend is down, we want to follow along with it unless we have a total break of structure. Then that's how you do it to keep from like fighting everybody else. But here you're seeing it's the 15. So you're going to see some pushback from here. And it's actually, if you put the body on the candle, or put that line right there on the body of the candle, you're seeing how that wick touched come up. It's dropping down, but it's fighting. So I guarantee you, if we go to the 5 minute, it's not there yet, right? So it's still working. And the 1 minute is still working there, right? So now you could be like super risky, and as it's if it comes up closer here, you could drop like a 10-second trade. But I don't think, can you do 10 seconds? Yeah, you can do 10 seconds with these. You can probably do it, but it's still too risky. You want to kind of come off of that. So it's a little bit different from never trading on the support and resistance. We're talking about a totally different ball game. So using this a little bit differently, right? But either way, we made a couple of grand on these trades, 2 or 3 thousand. Yeah, 2,000, I think, something like that. See, and then I'll just wait and see what it's going to do from here. Now, for example, here, if it came off here and we had that confirmation, I will put several right here, banking that it will go down. Why? Because we have a lot bigger spot coming in. Oh, wait, that's the 1 minute. Never mind. Going off of our 5 minute. Yeah, still the same. About right here, coming down a long way to go. That means that you could add longer time to your trade and not have to really sweat it out to make it a little bit more fluent. Okay, guys, I think we're gonna wrap it up with that today. I just wanted to share that information with you. And we're going to start doing a little bit more Q&As. I'm going to be doing some explaining on some candles in the future. I think like showing you maybe because you're looking at the candles, you're like what the hell does that mean? You know? So I will be explaining that too. So candles, setting up. And I mean, this is for beginners, right? But trends or the trend lines, the supports and the resistance. I'll go a little bit deeper in that information too if you need me to. And trust me, a lot of even advanced traders they forget it. I forget it sometimes. I make these stupid mistakes, but it's the stupid mistakes that cost you money, right? It's not. It's like just not noticing something. Like literally, when I tell you that I wanted to smash my face into a brick wall for like the last 72 hours, I'm really serious because I made such a huge mistake. Um, just because I think I got burnt out. I just did not pay attention. Literally, I was like clicking like $200 trades, thinking it's going to go down. It obviously faked me out, reversed. I missed that signal, and it was 2 grand. So like I lost pretty big on that, and it was so stupid. And that's what kind of prompts this conversation with you guys today, because like I said, um, if there's a failure or if there is a mistake or if there is me losing money that will help other people not make the same mistake, it's not really me losing money. It's just me learning a value and helping that. So, all right. Anyways, guys, I will catch you next week. Enjoy your weekend. Have a lovely day as well. Go home if you're not already home. Spend time with your family. Enjoy those kids if you have them. Enjoy your wife. And I will catch you guys on Monday, and we will um, probably stick to the same kind of strategy until something needs to be changed. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate. Jump into the inbox, message me as well. Um, if you, I urge you to join our VIP as well, and sign up for pocket options if you don't as well, because it's really fun. And I think we'll do some other stuff too with TradingView. Who knows? I haven't made up my mind yet, but um, again, thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys again next time.